Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. I figured it is such a nice, beautiful fall day out that I'd do something a little differently this time. And yeah, for those of you who are new here, this is a weekly recap of my 90-day trading challenge to get profitable. And this week, I got so close to funding I could taste it. But like usual, I blew everything up. And that's what I'm here to talk to you guys about today. I think the week started off pretty slow. Monday was a bank holiday, so there was no trades there. And on Tuesday, I was working kind of late. I was pretty exhausted from the weekend before, so I only took like one small setup, and I did 180. After that, I said, all right, I call it a day. I didn't feel good. I was getting kind of sick. And being this close to funding and reaching my all-time high of the account again, which was 52,300, I think, I figured, start fresh on Wednesday. Wednesday, on the other hand, after work and after going to the gym, I only had like half an hour to play some trades, and so I think I took two setups. One got me in the red. The first setup was a bad one, but the second setup put me roughly break even or something slightly above, like $70 profit or something like that. Just, at that point it was like, I think 9 p.m., 9:30 or something. And I was at a friend's house, we were watching a movie, and I didn't want to take, trades through my smartphone on the couch watching a movie. That's not the point of this challenge in getting better and being decisive about my trades. I think those are some of the points that I need to keep in mind. So that's why I figured, trading through my smartphone. I mean, there are people who trade with their smartphone and they're doing phenomenal, but for me, at least at this point, I prefer sitting down on my computer and, getting in the right mindset and everything. Yeah, so anyway, that was Wednesday. And then came Thursday. And I gotta tell you guys, I really think I should stop trading on Thursdays altogether. I think in the first week, I already blew my account on Thursday. Second week, I also went to the daily loss limit on Thursday. Made it all back on Friday, luckily. But I think that was just, like I said, pure dumb luck. Yeah, well, this week was no different, to put it mildly. I started the day pretty good. I do have recordings of that. I'm gonna put them on my screen right now. I started at 52,250, I think. Took the first trade, $200 profit. 52,450. Second trade was a good setup. I think took everything, according to plan. The strategy was good, the setup was good, and I was in the trade. I was roughly, I think, $400 unrealized profit, and I moved my take profit so that I didn't need another trade. There were so many instances back in the day where I was like close to being funded. Then the trade would reverse on me, or then with commissions and everything, I'd still have like $50 left to get funded, and then I'd take another trade, lose it all. So I was so confident in the idea, in the trade idea and in the setup, that I figured, I'll just adjust my take profit for a little bit, let it get hit, and then be done, But the thing is, I think I adjusted it like a half a point or so too high. I was in the position, I was up, I think, roughly 550 in unrealized, so I got like, I got up to 52,980, something like that, something ridiculous like that. Yeah, but I didn't close it because, like I said, I don't, when I'm in the trade and I think the direction is good, You know, if there's one thing I've learned is to let the trades run and don't close them too early. Yeah, and so I went from like $30 away from being funded from the profit goal to losing the 200 I had already realized that day, going down into the red. And then, yeah, my recording software glitched. I don't know, I've looked into that. OBS is a different topic anyway. Yeah, I fixed that after, you know, getting from like almost 800 for the day, 200 realized, 600 unrealized, to like down 200 and then down 500. And then I got up back again to like 200 realized, but I didn't call it a day at that point, and I should have, because I was getting more anxious, more nervous, trade by trade. I was getting like super angsty, restless legs the whole time, had like tense feelings in my chest. It was crazy. You know, I didn't listen to my intuition, went on full tilt, and eventually I entered a position long, I think, and you can check on Thursday the market dumped like 300-400 points. Anyways, I entered 5 contracts long, moved my stop loss from like 10 points to 50 points just because, you know, I thought it would reverse on me and then get into profit, but obviously it didn't. Yeah, and that's how I, you know, abandoned all my strategy ideas, all my trade ideas, all the rules, moved my stop loss to like down 70 points, entered another 5 contracts long down there to, you know, DCA down. Yeah, and eventually it wiped $1,000 off my account balance, putting me to like 51,200 or 51,100, something like that. At that point, it was like already 9 p.m. I think. Spent the evening ruminating about my losses, and then once midnight rolled around, Asia session opened up, and yeah, what can I say? Friday morning, well, Thursday midnight, I figured, you know, I would do the same thing that I did last week, make it all back in a single trade. Entered for 30 contracts and blew that as well. So that puts the account at like 50,100, something like that. Yeah, so basically blown. I don't know if I'll keep on trading that account. Anyway, then when I woke up on Friday, saw that, you know, the trade didn't work out. I figured, you know, I gotta change something. Went to the gym to clear my head, which was good. And then in the afternoon, I started a new account, made slight adjustments to my strategy. I don't necessarily think it's my strategy at all, but it's definitely the discipline and sticking, you know, to setups that are actually there, not going on full tilt. But I figured, you know, what can I do against the tilt? What can I do to, you know, stop me from doing trade after trade and trade all day long and, you know, turn green days into red days? And I figured I set myself a very strict 3 trade per day max limit. I think I'll do, you know, something a little bit different in terms of entering trades. Whereas right now I would do the crossovers. I think I'll do retracements back to the EMA instead. And yeah, I wrote all that down. Maximum 3 trades per day, risking 400 to make 800. Started the new account, and I already have a short about that up. You guys can watch that. I'll link it down in the description below. After, you know, ditching the strategy on the first trade and not waiting for my entry confirmation on the second setup and then the third setup as well, I waited for the entries, for the entry criteria. Ended the day in $800 profit, which is awesome. Yeah, so there's that, you know. Next week I'll try and stick to the entries 100%. I'll wait for, you know, a real trend to emerge, wait for the price to retrace back to the EMA or in between the 2 EMAs that I've plotted, enter there. Plus the thing is, right now in the past couple of days, the NASDAQ has been so volatile compared to, you know, the weeks before. Whereas in the weeks before, the ATR or the average true range will be, I don't know, roughly 10, sometimes 12, 15 per minute candle. Right now it's sometimes it's over 30. So I guess today I saw a move that was like 2 1-minute candles, and it was like a 100-point move. I mean, crazy. So, you know, I've adjusted my TP and stop loss accordingly. Stop loss now 20 points, TP is now 40. And yeah, that's what I'll, you know, stick with for the coming week. And as always, I'll keep you guys updated. Hoping you have an awesome weekend. I am definitely gonna enjoy a little bit of that sunshine right here. And yeah, I'll have to work tonight, so maybe I'll finish this video before then. Till then,